Shabbat Shalom, 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 Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. What a world we are entering into. We do not know from day to day what's going to happen, but we do know that tonight, we have each other here to share Shabbat, to be with one another, and to greet Shabbat and to enter into Shabbat with a bit of community. Tonight, you don't need the regular blue prayer book because we're doing a visual tefillah. If you have a blue prayer book and you want to follow along in it, that's great. You do need one of the handouts that are on the chair by the door as you come in, and we'll use that for the Torah service a little bit later in the service. I want to say something about our theme for tonight. Yesterday, 23 Temple Habonim members were going to be traveling to the south for our civil rights trip. And we had a lot of things planned for that trip. And Graham and Heather were going with us, and Diane and Tamar and Ivan were going with us. And we were going to be involved in a whole civil rights exploration. And Ivan was going to be going with us, a whole civil rights exploration. And one of the things that was going to happen tomorrow morning is that on the second anniversary of his bar mitzvah, Graham was going to be chanting the first aliyah of his Torah portion at the foot of the Pettus Bridge. And Tamar was going to be leading us in the Sim B'chol Yom, which is a morning blessing. We're going to be doing those things tonight. And tonight, our focus is on civil rights, because that's what the focus was going to be for some of us as we went down there. And it actually fits in with the portion of the week, which is Ki Tisa, which is all about the Israelites losing faith and needing to build and worship a false idol. And needing to remember in a moment when things seemed very scary that they could hold on to their faith and their trust even when their leader, even when Moses was gone for 40 days and 40 nights. So that's going to be our theme tonight. We are small, but we are powerful. We are spread out, which is a very good thing. We're not hugging, we're not kissing, we're not shaking hands, but we are loving each other through the air, through our smiles, and through our eyes. So with that, I want to invite each of you, no handshakes, I want to invite each of you to kind of look around, smile, say hello to somebody, twinkle your eyes at them a little bit, and take a moment just to greet each other in that kind of way before we start.
Shalom. I didn't know Jerry was sick. Is Guy sick? My wife says Guy sick is when guys feel like they're sicker than other people because they're guys and they act like babies about it.
Shabbat worship with the lighting of Shabbat candles. And for those of you who do prefer the prayer book, the page numbers are there, but everything you need will be up on the screen as well. So for the lighting of the Shabbat candles, Sarah and Bill Donahue, who were going to provide oneg, if there had been an oneg, are going to be lighting our Shabbat candles tonight.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tivanu l'halit ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Amen and Shabbat Shalom. We have candle light. We have Shabbat light.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you. There are all sorts of prayers that we start out our service with to warm us up. Some of them are the evening prayers that are different than the morning prayers. Tamar's going to lead us in Nesim B'chol Yom, which are the morning prayers. So if you're not accustomed to a morning service, these will sound very different for you. Those of you who know them and want to chant along with Tamar as she leads us, please do. If you'd rather, at the end of each verse, just go ahead and say Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan l'sekvi vina lehavchin ben yom uven laila. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam pokeach ivrim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam matir asurim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zokiv kifufim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam roka haaretz al hamayim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamechim mitzadei gaver. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam malbish arumim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hanoten layav koach. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hama'avir sheina me'enai utnuma me'afapai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'tselem Elohim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani bat chorin. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani Yisrael. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam ozer Yisrael bigvura. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam otir Yisrael b'tifara.
Tamar, how many years ago was your bat mitzvah? To the freshman advisor?
5.
I did not think that your voice could sound any more lovely than it did in that moment, but it does today. So you take hugs right through the air, and thank you very much for leading us in this morning blessing. Nesim B'chol Yom are the blessings that traditionally a Jew says every morning upon awakening. We got an early start. And Shir Chadash, this particular melody, was written by Julie Silver, who was here last spring, at one of our Shabbat services, and it's all about singing a new song, and that's what we just did. We did a morning prayer at nighttime. We sang a new song.
I will sing unto God all the earth a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shirul Adonai Kol Haaretz. Shiru, Shiru L'Adonai Shir Chadash.
One of the things we're going to do tonight as we think about the civil rights movement, we're going to remember several of the things in a timeline of the civil rights movement. And we're just going to sort of start, and I'm going to ask various people to read as we go along. If you don't want to read, go ahead and say so. But I'm going to start in the beginning, and then I'm going to ask you to read the first one, and we'll just go around. The civil rights movement was an organized effort by Black Americans to end racial discrimination and gain equal rights under the law. It began in the late 1940s and ended in the late 1960s. Although tumultuous at times, the movement was mostly nonviolent and resulted in laws to protect every American's constitutional rights, regardless of color, race, sex, or national origin.
July 26, 1948, President Harry Truman issued the Executive Order 9981 to end segregation in the armed services.
May 17, 1954, Brown versus the Board of Education, effectively ending racial segregation in public schools. Many schools, however, remain segregated.
August 28, 1955, Emmett Till, the 14-year-old from Chicago, is brutally murdered in Mississippi for allegedly flirting with a white woman. His murderers are acquitted, and the case brings international attention to the civil rights movement after Jet magazine publishes a photo of Till's beaten body at his open casket funeral.
December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks refuses to give up her seat to a white man on the Montgomery, Alabama bus. Her defiance prompts her forward for a year-long Montgomery bus boycott.
January 10th and 11th, 1957, 60 black pastors from several southern states, including Martin Luther King Jr., meet in Atlanta to coordinate nonviolent protests against racial discrimination and segregation.
2 weeks ago, I was with the 10th graders in Washington, D.C. We were at the Museum of African American History. There was a whole room dedicated to Emmett Till and an explanation of how his mother insisted that his casket be open for people to see what had happened to them. Our students who had no idea of this history were deeply moved by being in there. We're going to spread these out throughout the service. We'll read more as we go along. At this time, I want to invite everyone who is able to please rise for the Shema. Oh, I'm sorry. I jumped ahead. for the Chatzi Kaddish.
Yikada v'yikada shemei Rabba.
Amen.
Ve'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute. B'chayechon u'vyomechon u'b'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael. Bagala u'bizman karib ve'imeru Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevarach La'alam Ul'almei Amaya Yitbarach Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitromam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yit'aleh V'yithalal Shemei Kodesha Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata Tushbechata v'nechemata Damiran ba'alma ve'imeru.
Amen. I invite those who are able to please rise as we join together in the Baruch Hu.
Yai, dai, dai, yai, dai, 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 yai, dai, 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 dai. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam
va'ed. At this time of day, as day goes away and we begin to roll into night, we continue with Ma'ariv Aravim, our prayer for the evening.
Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into night. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei Yom V'Layla, Golel Or Mipnei Choshech, Golel Or Mipnei Choshech, V'Choshech Mipnei Or. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night
Becomes day, day turns to night. We're going to continue with a few more points on our timeline. I think we were up as far as you, Gabby. So if you would go, and then we'll just continue on down the row.
September 4th, 1957. The Little Rock Nine are blocked from integrating into Little Rock Central High School in Little Rock, Arkansas.
September 9th, 1957. Eisenhower signs the Civil Rights Act of 1957 into law to help protect voter rights.
February 1st, 1960. The Greensboro sit-in. 4 African-American college students in Greensboro, North Carolina refused to leave the Woolworth's whites-only lunch counter without being served. The Greensboro Four, Ezel Blair Jr., David Richmond, Franklin McCain, and Joseph McNeil were inspired by the nonviolent protest of Gandhi.
November 14th, 1960. 6-year-old Ruby Bridges is escorted by 4 armed federal marshals as she becomes the first student to integrate William Frantz Elementary School in New Orleans, Louisiana. Her actions inspired Norman Rockwell's painting, The Problem We All Live With.
We join together in the Shema as we remember our call for the unity of the world, for the unity of one God for everybody in the world.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam.
Let's be seated, and as we continue together with the Ve'ahavta is all about loving God. So as we do this prayer, think about the ways that you have of showing your love for God every day, particularly as we think about the idea of our work toward equality for all people.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu ha'devarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam le'od al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot betecha u'bisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'lohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem.
Let's all join together in this reading leading us into the Michamocha. Wherever we live, it is probably Egypt. There is a better place, a promised land, a promised time. There is no way to get from here to there, from now to then, except by joining together and marching, and sometimes stumbling through the wilderness, watching this time not for signs and wonders, but for an opportunity to act. Michamocha reminds us that we give gratitude to God for delivering us from slavery in Egypt, and also that we have an obligation to be grateful for our freedom and to continue to do work to help ensure that other people have freedom as well.
Michamocha ba'elim Adonai min kamocha nedar b'kodesh nora tehilot osef eleh nora tehilot osef eleh malechutecha ra'uvanecha bokeaya lifnei Moshe u'Miriam ze Elianu ve'amru ze Elianu ve'amru Adonai lo le'olam va'ed Adonai lo le'olam va'ed. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Hashkiveinu, Adonai Eloheinu. Hashkiveinu Adonai Lesha. Let there be love. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
As we continue along with our timeline of the civil rights history, Bill, would you pick up for us and we'll go down the row?
1961, black and white activists known as the Freedom Riders took bus trips through the American South to protest segregated bus terminals and attempted to use whites-only restrooms in Lunch County. The Freedom Rides were marked by horrific violence from white protesters.
June 11th, 1963. Governor George C. Wallace stands in the doorway at the University of Alabama to block two black students from registering. The standoff continues until President John F. Kennedy sends the National Guard to the campus.
August 28th, 1963. Approximately 250,000 people take part in the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. Martin Luther King gives his I Have a Dream speech as the closing address in front of the Lincoln Memorial.
September 15th, 1963. The dawn at the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham, Alabama, kills 4 young girls and injures several other people prior to Sunday services. The bombing kills every protest. July 2nd, 1964. President Lyndon B. Johnson signs the Civil Rights Act of 1964 into law, preventing employment discrimination due to race, color, sex, religion, or national origin. Title 8 of the Act establishes the U.S. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission to help prevent workplace discrimination.
As Gabby Glassner prepares for her bat mitzvah next month, she's going to lead us in tefillah.
Please rise and join me for the tefillah. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagidehila techa. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Page 244. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotinu V'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Ve'Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Ve'Hanara El Elyon Gomer Chasadim Tovim V'Konei HaKol V'Zoher Chasevot V'Imahot Umevi Gila Livnei V'neihem Leman Shemo Be'ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch atah Adonai Magen Avraham Bezrat Sarah. Page 246. Atah Gibor Le'olam Adonai Mechaye atah Tarek Lehoshia Mechakel Hayim Bechesed Mechaye Hakol Berahamim Rabim Somech Noflim Virofei Cholim Umatir Asurim
Umekayim emunato lishene afar micha mocha bal givurot umido melach melech memid umechaye umatzniach Yeshua v'ne'eman ata l'chachayot hakol Baruch ata Adonai mechaye hakol.
Ata kadosh v'shimcha kadosh u'kadoshim v'chol yom yahalelucha selah Baruch ata Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Let's be seated. So Gabby, Yasher Koach to you. You may have noticed that our line for winter and summer are a little bit different because the bat mitzvah that the week that Gabby's been preparing for is after Passover. So she has been preparing for summer. We're not in summer yet. We're not at Passover yet. You are well on your way, Gabby. Thank you for leading us tonight. Ritzeh is the prayer that we say, asking God to accept our prayers. There are so many different ways that we pray, and all the ways, we hope, all the ways that we have of praying are acceptable before God.
Ritzeh Adonai Eloheinu Be'amecha Yisrael U'tefilatam be'ava tikabel U'tehi l'ratzon Tamid avodat Yisrael Yisrael Amecha El Karov Lechol Korav B'nei Halavadecha B'chonenu Shefoch Ruchacha V'techezen einenu B'shuvecha l'Tzion Rachamim Baruch atah
As we join together in our prayer for gratitude, I invite each of us to think about some of the small things that you are feeling particularly grateful for right now today. Together. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulecha na'eh lehodot. As we continue reviewing our timeline, Evan, would you go, and then Leslie, and then just continue right up here with Victor.
Black religious leader Malcolm X was assassinated during a rally by members
civil rights marchers walked to Selma, Alabama, to Montgomery, the state's capital, in protest of black voter suppression. Local police blocked and brutally attacked them.
August 6, 1965, President Johnson signs the Voting Rights Act of 1965 to prevent the use of literacy tests as a voting requirement and to allow federal observers to monitor polling places.
April 4th, 1968, Martin Luther King Jr. is assassinated on the balcony of his hotel room in Memphis, Tennessee. James Earl Ray is convicted of the murder in 1969.
April 11th, 1968. President Johnson signs the Civil Rights Act of 1968, also known as the Fair Housing Act, providing equal housing opportunity regardless of race, religion, or national origin.
We take a few moments for our own private, personal prayer and reflection.
A friend of mine wrote this Ose Shalom setting, and I think that during difficult times, what I look forward to is thinking about the people who love me and that I love, and holding them tight. So tonight I'm thinking about my friend Sarit, who wrote this song. Ose Shalom, Ose Shalom, Bimroma, Bimroma. Ose Shalom, Ose Shalom, Bimroma, Bimroma. Say Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Imru Amen. Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Sevel Vimru Amen. Oh, say Shalom, oh, say Shalom, Bimroma, Bimroma. Oh, say Shalom, oh, say Shalom, Bimroma, Bimroma.
It's time now for the Torah portion of our service. It would be pretty hard to do Torah with the screen down. Each of you has a handout for the Torah service. if you would turn to your handout at this time and go to page 2 of it with Ki Mitzion, and would you please rise?
Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, Udevar Adonai miYerushalayim, Baruch Shenatan Torah Torah, Baruch Shenatan Torah, Torah, Le'amo Yisrael, Bekedushato, Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo, Gadlul Adonai Iti, Unaromaman Shemo Yachdav.
In this part of the Torah service, we carry the Torah around, and it's a time for people to show honor to the Torah by touching your hand or your prayer shawl or your prayer book to the Torah and bringing the words of the Torah to your lips. We're not going to do that tonight. We are going to walk the Torah around. We're not going to touch the Torah tonight with everybody touching it, but part of the purpose of bringing the Torah through the congregation is symbolically to show that the Torah is for everyone. The Torah is close to everyone. It belongs to everyone. The Torah will be close to you tonight as we sing Lecha Adonai. Welcome home. Would you all come up for the Aliyah to undress the Torah? Would all of you come up for the undressing and Muva'aretz Kicho Bashamayim Muva'aretz Lecha Adonai Amamlacha Yamid Naseh Lechol Lerosh.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. It means praise God. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Kol hanshama tehallelujah, tehallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Kol hanshama tehallelujah. Hallelujah, hallelujah.
Please be seated. So a few things before we get started. Your first word is Vayehi, and that's going to be right there. Vayehi ka'asher. So I'm going to invite First, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how it came to be that Graham is chanting Torah tonight. 1 year ago, on the first anniversary of Graham's bar mitzvah, he came to me and said, I'd like to chant Torah on the anniversary of my bar mitzvah. Is that okay? Is that okay? Of course that's okay. This year, about a month or two ago, Graham came to me and said, I'd like to chant Torah on the second anniversary of my bar mitzvah. When does it fall? And I said, well, look at that. It falls while we're going to be in the South. And so we sort of made a plan where Graham was going to chant Torah tomorrow morning at the foot of the Pettus Bridge as Tamar led us in Nesim B'chol Yom, and Alana led us in a prayer that we weren't too sure what it was going to be yet, but one's going to be coming later in the service. And so things change, and we're getting Torah tonight. And I want to invite the Glassner family to join in with the Aliyah, with the blessings before and after, except for you, Gabby. Your first time is going to be next month at your bat mitzvah. And you all come on over, come on the other side of Graham, get a little bit closer to him. You all have the Torah in your hand, in your handout, that Graham's going to be chanting tonight. So let's go ahead with the Aliyah. Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Vayehi. Ka'asher karav el hamachaneh, vayar et ha'egel umecholot, vayichar af Moshe, vayashlech miadav et ha'uchot, vayishaber otam tachat hahar, vayikach et ha'egel asher asu, vayisrov ba'esh, vayitchan ad asher dak, Vayizer al pnei hamayim, vayashk et pnei Yisrael.
Yasher koach. And the blessing?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. So while you're all right here, come on, go around so I can see all of you. Before we dress the Torah, Graham, I want to say to you, Yasher Koach.
Thanks.
You're a little bit taller than you were 2 years ago. Your voice is a little bit deeper than it was 2 years ago. Your Torah sounds beautiful. You inspired us with words of Torah then. Some of you may recall that 2 years ago, on the weekend of Graham's bar mitzvah, there was no power on the East Bay of Rhode Island. And on that Saturday morning, with a moment's notice, your bar mitzvah was moved to the Bristol Harbor Inn. And you chanted Torah there beautifully. Your family was abundant with flexibility and with free-flowing enthusiasm and ease, and your bar mitzvah was nothing like what you expected, or it wasn't anywhere in a place that you had expected. You flowed with that. You chanted last year. This year, we were going to be doing it in the Deep South. Here we are at home, and you're flowing with it, which is what the Torah is all about. All of you called forth for the Aliyah. Glassners, you are such an important part of this congregation. Gabby and Heather and Billy and Graham, your spirit fills us. It fills the religious school. It fills the Hebrew school. It fills all the volunteer work you have done for us, Heather, from creating one survey after another to another. Billy, for you playing in the Chevra band and bringing your music and your talents to us. To all of you, we want to say you are a blessing to this congregation, and to come forward to the Torah in this particular moment brings blessing to all of us. Yasher koach to all of you.
No, I said thank you.
You're welcome. You are very welcome. And we are going to invite the congregation to rise as the Torah is dressed and set aside on your handout with Vizot. It continues, and if all of you will help me dress the Torah.
Vizot HaTorah asher sam Moshe Livnei b'nei Yisrael api Adonai v'yah Moshe. Torah, 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 Tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Torah,
That's great. Thank you.
Tziva
Not yet.
lanu Moshe.
Thank you.
Torah, 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 Tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 Torah tziva lanu Moshe.
Please be seated. If you look on your handout, you see a Mishaberach for healing. Before we actually begin the Mishaberach for healing, this is a moment when we think about people we know, people we love who are in need of healing. In this particular moment, the entire world is in need of healing. And I invite you to look back to the front page of your handout for a prayer written by Lynn Unger. What if you thought of it as the Jews consider the Sabbath, the most sacred of times? Cease from travel, cease from buying and selling. Give up, just for now, on trying to make the world different than it is. Sing, pray, touch only those to whom you commit your life. Center down. And when your body has become still, reach out with your heart. Know that we are connected in ways that are terrifying and beautiful. You could hardly deny it right now. Know that our lives are in one another's hands. Surely that has come clear. Do not reach out your hands. Reach out your heart. Reach out your words. Reach out all the tendrils of compassion that move invisibly where we cannot touch. Promise this world your love, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, so long as we all shall live. We offer a prayer of healing for the earth, for societies, for communities, for individuals. If any of you are holding someone's in your heart, someone who is in need of healing, I invite you to say those names aloud at this time, knowing that if this is a day when you need healing, please include your own name, and knowing that when all these names are said together, the prayers for them join strength in community. Linda, Adam, Sam and Jesse and Lisa, Ron and Elena, Bruce.
Try that with me. I thank you for my life, body and soul. Help me realize that I am beautiful and whole. I'm perfect the way I am, in a little broken too. I will live each day as a gift I give to you. Let's build with each other.
In the same moment that we offer prayers for healing, we offer prayers for gratitude. And we do that with the words of Shehechianu. Gratitude for the milestones, for the simchas, for the wonderful events in our lives. Who has something you want to share with us that we're going to celebrate with you tonight?
Mine's kind of twofold. I was accepted to URI's kinesiology program for next year, and I was awarded a transfer merit award for based on the strength of my application.
Acceptance into school with the Merit Award. Yasher Koach, Jim. Very good.
I attended several career fairs in Connecticut and Massachusetts, two of them being in Massachusetts. So if my twin brother finds a job in Massachusetts, that'd be fine if I move there with him.
Look at that. A job for Noah and Ben together. Yes.
I'm happily working as a civil engineer in Hamden, Connecticut. I am currently studying for the Fundamentals of Engineering Civil exam. I'm taking it for the third time, and I hope to pass it the third time.
I met you guys when you were this tall. You had a B'nai Mitzvah. You've graduated from college, working in the world, looking for work in the world, together.
One more thing, my brother Jacob and his girlfriend have moved to Danvers, Massachusetts. They are living peacefully and healthy.
I am delighted to hear that. Tell Jacob to come say hello whenever he can. Who else? Who else has something?
Evan, you go first.
I planted my first seeds of the season.
First seeds planted, what were they?
We'll see.
Some beets, peas, and
Beets and peas and
Bok choy.
batra.
Bok choy.
Bok choy. There we go.
On Monday, we had a great Purim spiel.
Oh.
I always have so much fun in the Purim spiels with getting it all together. And I just thought back at looking at you, Jen and Alana. You have been with me as the leaders of the Purim spiel every year that I've been here. So it just was fitting that, Alana, you wrote the Purim spiel this year and did such an amazing job. All of us are just over the moon, and people were coming in all week just talking to us about it in the office. So it was really wonderful. And it was wonderful to see some alumni come back now. And it's just neat to see you guys all here and just bring back really great memories.
Some of you old-timers in the congregation will remember Helena Friedman, who moved away a number of years ago. And years ago, Helena gave the Megillah that we use every year, and we attributed gratitude for her that during the Purim Spiel. I've since gotten an email from her thanking us for that and saying, Alana, she was totally blown away by your Purim Spiel. So I want you to know this streaming goes around the world. And just like we stream the services, we stream the Purim Spiel. You're a rock star now. Ivan.
So, sometimes life gives you unexpected joys and happiness. So we are no longer empty nesters for the next month or two. So we'll see. So that's very exciting. More sad than excited, but empty nesters.
Okay. A temporary pause in the empty nest. If the nest needs to be filled with something, I can't imagine anything better to be filling the nest with than Tamar and Rafi. Lovely. For all of the joys, I do want to say one more joy. I'm actually a little bit verklempt. Congregations closing. To my knowledge, we may be the only place open tonight. And I look out here and I see people who want to be together. And really, my heart is just warmed. And it is such a beautiful sight to be praying. And by next week, who knows? This may be the last time we're actually together on a Friday night for a little while. But that'll keep happening through that, even if it's David and me alone here. Just like, the basketball stars play to an empty stadium, something like that. Who knows what we'll be doing next Friday. But tonight, we have all of you. We have the Kleppers back in Rhode Island. We have people sitting here in the sanctuary. My heart's very full. Shehechianu says, thank you, God, for creating us, for giving us life, for sustaining us and for bringing us to this one incredible moment in the world right here, right now.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
The last prayer on your handout is Eitz Chaim as we return the Torah to the Ark. Would you please rise?
Chaim hi lemachazikim ba v'tomcheha me'ushar derachecha darchei Noah v'chol divotecha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Chadesh Chadesh Yameinu Chadesh Yameinu
Please remain standing as we join together with Aleinu as we begin the concluding part of our service.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol Latet gdula liotzer breshit Shelo asanu kigoyei ha'aratzot V'lo samanu k'mishpechot ha'adama Shelo sam chelkeinu kahem V'goralenu k'chol hamona V'anachnu korim ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך.
Please be seated. The Aleinu is all about the work that we do to make the world a better place. We pray to God to make the world a better place, and we know that we have to join with God in making the world a better place. Please join with me in this prayer. The civil rights movement didn't begin in Montgomery, and it didn't end in the 1960s. It continues on to this very moment.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
To prepare us for Mourner's Kaddish, Alana, would you please come forward?
We're still figuring out this visual tefillah thing. We're still pretty surprised when it works flawlessly. And we're learning as we go along.
Stars up above, so far away we hardly see that light. Long, long after the star itself is gone. And so it is with people we have loved. Their memories keep shining brightly, though their time with us is done. But the stars that light up the darkest nights, these are the lights that guide us as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember. Yesh kochavim she'ora magia arza, rak asher hem azman avdu veinam. Yesh anashim shazi zikram meir oro asahem azman einam od betocheinu. Orot hele amavikim bereshkat alayim. Heim shemarim la'adam et haderech, et haderech. Heim shemarim la'adam et haderech, et haderech. As we live our days, these are the ways we remember. We remember as we live our days. These are the ways we remember. We remember.
As a community, we at Temple Habonim mourn the recent loss of life all across the world to acts of senseless gun violence, to acts of terrorism, to acts of natural disaster. As a community, we recall several recent deaths, and we recall a number of yartzites. If I say the name of anyone you are remembering, I invite you to stand as you hear their name and remain standing until we join you. As a community, we mourn the recent deaths of Phyllis Hamanoff, mother of Marvin Hamanoff, Alexandra Mark, mother of David Mark, Hugh B. Arnold, father of Susan Friel, and Cecile Price, grandmother of Sam and Joe Mencken. As a community, we recall the yartzites of Albert O. White, father of Sarah Donahue, Bennett Berman, father of Nikki Sockett, Martin Kemp, father of Bob Kemp, Sarah Schmaltz, grandmother of Jerry Katz, Charlotte Butcher, mother of Roseanne Jacobson, Herbert Gordon, father of Craig Gordon, Helen Fessel, mother of Norbert Fessel, Louis Hoffman, father of Ann Cohen, and Lena Schaefer, grandmother of Linda Block. If there's anyone here who's mourning a recent death I didn't mention, or remembering someone in the first year of mourning, or recalling a yortzeit I didn't mention, I invite you to stand and tell us the name of the person you recall, who they were to you, and then remain standing till we join you for Kaddish.
Karen Arts, longtime family friend.
Arnold White, my uncle.
Zecher Tzadik Livracha. We say their names, we tell their stories, we remember them. We keep their spirits alive with us day by day. Let's stand. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shomei rabbah be'alma divra chirute v'yamlich malchute b'chaye chon uvyome chon uvchaye dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala uvizman kariv ve'imru Yehe shemei rabba mevorach le'olam u'omei omaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yit'halal shemei dekudisha le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma ve'imru Yehe shlama rabba min shemaya v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'imru Oseh shalom bimromav hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel and all humanity everywhere, as together we say, Amen. Let's be seated.
Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel.
I want to tell you a little bit about how Temple Habonim comes together. When tonight's service started, we didn't have a greeter. Ivan showed up. We had a greeter. I think Ivan's getting ready for his the duties he's going to assume as president come July 1st, and we are grateful for your presence here. Had life been a little bit more normal, we would have had an oneg provided by Sarah and Bill. Thank you so much for being present to do that for us, and to everybody here. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for being here in community. We're not going to be sharing food. We're not going to be sharing hugs. We're not going to be sharing handshakes, but we can stay and say hello to each other. And we can extend the warmth of community that we feel tonight a little bit more.
So if you're anything like myself and my wife at home, you have these ridiculous conversations, what if, down the rabbit hole, all the different ways. What if we won $1 million? What if we won $20 million? What if the whole world is going into panic? And it really just kind of made me focus in, and it's your mindset. And I choose to think about light and the positivity of the people around us, our new administrator, Adina, who's wonderful, a great partner that I get to plan worship services with, and a great community that we have to come out here. So that's my spiel. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Sing it on the streets, sing it on the streets. I'm gonna let it shine, sing it on the streets. I'm gonna let it shine, sing it on the streets. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Louder from my soul, I'm gonna let it louder from my soul. I'm gonna let it shine, louder from my soul. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Even in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. Even in the dark, I'm gonna let it shine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
The temple Habonim light is shining. I also want to thank all of you here and all of you there for indulging us in our Civil Rights Shabbat. From the youngest person going, how old, Graham? 14, to someone in their, even older than I, 70s, I don't know, maybe 80s. There were 23 of us going on the trip to the south. And Graham and Alana and Tamar, who were all going on this trip, you brought your voices to us tonight to lead us in worship. We are so grateful.
And to you too, Alana. Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to thank everybody. It does feel a little strange, but I'm really grateful to be here. You definitely brought the warmth of the